It was a tale set in an old, dilapidated hotel. Once a glamorous luxury establishment bustling with life, it had been closed down after a certain incident, turning into a place where no one dared to set foot. One day, a group of adventurous youngsters, eager for excitement and thrill, set their sights on the fabled haunted hotel that had become a part of urban legends. They had a penchant for seeking adrenaline rushes and indulging in scary stories. As they approached the entrance of the hotel, they were greeted by a grand gate, rusted but still standing. Stepping through the gate, they felt as if they had entered into an entirely different world, where an eerie ambience enveloped them. Inside the ruins, remnants of once opulent decor could still be seen, with faded reliefs on the walls reminiscent of its former glory. However, time and the elements had taken their toll, leaving the beautiful sculptures now weathered and decaying. Treading on the moss-covered floors, the youths felt a sense of excitement coursing through them. Yet, the silence of the ruins was suddenly broken by an unsettling sound. It wasn't footsteps, but rather, it sounded like a whisper, as if someone was speaking softly nearby. Hearts raced, and fear crept across the faces of the young adventurers. Despite trying to reassure each other with their camaraderie, an inexplicable feeling of something lurking behind them sent shivers down their spines. They were convinced that something malevolent dwelled within the abandoned hotel. "Let's get out of here. This place is too terrifying," they cried in unison, deciding to flee from the horrors that seemed to have come alive. The hotel had a dark and cursed history. 20 years ago, rumors began to spread about the owner's son being possessed by a ghost, and this led to a sharp decline in the hotel's reputation. The son, who was rumored to be possessed, suddenly went missing, and a series of paranormal phenomena followed, eventually forcing the hotel to shut its doors. Despite the growing unease, the group of youngsters continued to explore the interior of the hotel, where they discovered rooms adorned with remnants of the past glory and beautiful decorations hidden behind crumbling walls. Among them was the room of the missing son, which added an eerie atmosphere to their exploration. In the depths of the ruins, they stumbled upon aged journals and accounts of ghost sightings and unsolved mysteries. These stories sent shivers down their spines, yet at the same time, fueled their curiosity even further. With a mix of camaraderie and a thirst for knowledge, the young adventurers delved deeper into the enigmatic past of the haunted hotel. As time passed, the group of youngsters began to feel as if they were trapped within the hotel. Their conviction about the presence of something malevolent surrounding them grew stronger. The sight of shadows moving along the corridors, unexplained footsteps, and doors opening and closing on their own reached a climax, fueling their fear. Supported by their camaraderie, cracks started to form among them, and a sense of mistrust began to take root. Each one started suspecting that someone among them might be orchestrating these paranormal occurrences. They began seeing enemies in the shadows behind their friends, attributing hostility to those they once trusted. In one of the rooms of the ruins, the time spent together as friends dwindled. Each person became focused on their own safety and started doubting others. Their once unbreakable bond weakened, and this dreadful situation began to shatter their friendships. As their friendships crumbled, the group of youngsters found themselves engulfed in despair. The situation left them unable to trust anyone, and each person began prioritizing their own survival. One night, one of the youngsters suddenly vanished. His friends searched frantically, but he was nowhere to be found. Anxiety and fear gripped them, plunging them even deeper into the abyss of despair. Soon, they realized that seeds of doubt had been planted in their minds by someone unknown. They started suspecting each other, and the bonds between friends shattered completely. Nevertheless, they remained determined to escape the cursed hotel. However, the horrifying phenomena intensified, and no matter how hard they tried to flee, they were relentlessly pursued by the unending threats. Amidst the overwhelming despair, they clung to their last shreds of hope. But even then, the suspicion of a betrayer persisted, and their options dwindled. With friendships and trust lost, they descended further into the abyss of despair. The youngsters, sinking into the abyss of despair, finally resigned themselves to the inevitability of their fate. Friendships crumbled, trust shattered, and they saw each other as adversaries. Desperately, they searched for a way to escape their dire situation, but all their efforts proved futile. Phantom-like shadows surrounded them, gnawing at their hearts. As the long night of despair and suspicion gave way to dawn, they had no choice but to accept that they were prisoners of this cursed hotel. Realizing escape was no longer possible, they each confronted their own destinies. Among the youngsters who had lost their bonds of friendship, some found the courage to confront whatever lay ahead. However, the battle was one of despair, and their strength waned as time passed. Some took their own lives, while others faced their desperate end, trembling in fear. Amidst the despair, their cries echoed through the cursed hotel, turning it into the stage of their nightmares. And for the last remaining survivor, seeking peace of mind was no longer a priority. At the end of despair, there was only emptiness, and everyone remained bound by this curse. The tragedy of the youngsters had no conclusion. Despair and madness continued to reign over this cursed hotel. Unable to find a way to escape, they remained trapped in the vortex of hopelessness. Eventually, their lifeless bodies vanished, and the hotel fell back into silence. However, the presence, neither real nor illusion, still haunted the place, as later visitors would discover. The hotel remained cursed, yearning for new victims. Rumors spread once more, but no one dared to set foot in this place again. Yet, the curse of the hotel seemed unending, perpetuating an eternal cycle of nightmares. Occasionally, brave souls attempted to enter through the hotel's gates, only to vanish without a trace. Their fates remained unknown to all. The cursed hotel permitted no escape, continuously seeking new victims. This tale of the tragic haunted hotel with its blood-stained conclusion would be passed down to future generations. Forever engraved as an unending curse, it would linger in the hearts of people, an eternal reminder of the hotel's dark fate.